So I think we should all, as white women, just admit we're jealous of black women's hair.
Pose the question, why do white people hate black people so much? I have been in situations where I've been surrounded by nothing but white people, and this conversation has come up. The race conversation has come up, and no one ever has an actual reason as to why they hate black people. There's always these, oh, black on black crime, oh, they're lazy, oh, they're this, but it's not actually, there's no legitimacy behind their reasoning. It's just shit that they've heard and they're regurgitating. And so, long story short, it really comes down to there is no reason. It's a deep-seated jealousy, a deep-seated hate that, black people exude greatness. Black people are the great inventors. Black people are the beginning of the human race, the Eve gene. And white people have worked so hard to erase the history and erase the greatness of the black race, down to even when things are invented, the majority of things that are invented were invented by a black person. But yet the white race has actually erased the original inventor from history and have put their names on things that they had no business putting their names on.
White women have always been this jealous of black women. Let's talk about it. I really don't think Scamanda is really about Wes being this irrefutably, intensely desirable man, so much as it is about jealousy, female jealousy, racialized jealousy. It's this idea that black women are only acceptable when they're fitting into a box, when they are agreeable, when they do what you say, when they're non-threatening. But as soon as they subvert power or beauty standards or the racial hierarchy, white women want to best them as soon as possible. And that, folks, the idea that black women should be humbled as soon as they reach beyond the stars, that's as American as apple pie. How about some examples? During enslavement, white slave owners would have these massive plantations with their white family thereon. Meanwhile, they were sexually assaulting black enslaved women all of the time. And how did white women react to this? Did they offer compassion? Did they offer help? No. They were angry, they were mad, they were violent towards these women who were victims. There was no sense of female solidarity, only that these white women wanted to best these women that they had enslaved. And so were born the stereotypes of the Jezebel and the Sapphire, the trope that black women are hypersexualized temptresses who just want to steal white men from them. Or how about the Tian laws in New Orleans? The idea that black women would walk around with their beautiful, gorgeous black hair, and white women felt that their men were attracted to it, that these black women had become too tempting, too beautiful, and they wanted to stop it. So what did they do? They demanded legislation to force these black women to cover their hair, right? These black women were too beautiful and they were too much competition for the attention of white men. So they outlawed their hair. Or how about the modern day pet to threat phenomenon? The idea that when black women enter into a corporate workplace, they're celebrated. Oh my God, she's so funny, right? There's all of the microaggressions, the snapping of the fingers. Yeah, girl. Until that black woman inevitably becomes really good at her job, becomes better than everyone else. And then suddenly she's a threat. She's a threat to the social order. She's suddenly a threat to these white women. And they try to get them fired as soon as possible. This jealousy is so overwhelming for certain white women that they've tried to appropriate black women and their features and their culture, all while ousting them, right? What is the origin of lip filler in this country? Why does every white woman want to have larger lips? Or there's the whole BBL crisis. What's that about? Or suddenly, you're doing mermaid braids or whatever the hell you call them. You're just appropriating black culture. You're taking the whole faces of black women and calling it your own. It's psychotic. All of these examples point to one thing, and that's this innate, psychic, intense jealousy towards black women, right? So Amanda isn't dating Wes now because she really wants him and she wants to be with him. I think she's jealous. I think she's mad that Kyle has always been 10 toes down for Sierra, that Sierra entered into the summer house on her own and has become a shooting star and is lauded for her beauty and her grace and her intellect, and like Amanda's just there, right? She's jealous. So she's done what she thinks she can do to best Sierra. She's taken Wes from her. What did I tell you? Scamanda is like American as apple pie. All right, bye.
Oh, I do think that white people are absolutely jealous of black people, specifically with the community, and also with like fashion and music and everything else that is appropriated. But by design of what whiteness is, it inherently lacks community. And I think we're absolutely jealous of that. And I've heard biracial people say that they do see that difference in their own families. Because in addition to European cultures being more individualistic than cultures from Africa, South America, and indigenous North American cultures, the invention of whiteness in America erased a lot of ties to actual culture. So when I say like white people, black community, I'm not talking about like Polish people or German people or Irish people. As I explained in my book, I just wrote the intro and I'm working on the conclusion today. Y'all keep me in your prayers. In the course of human history, white is a relatively new term. As we discussed in the introduction to this book, white is a North American term emerging from the 1600s as a term to justify the enslavement of Africans and squelch revolts from poor Europeans and indentured servants. Before this term, Europeans would identify with their nationalities. The Irish, Italians, Germans, French are all very different cultures. Thus, there is not the same communal tie to whiteness as there is for people from other communities. Further, since white was created to be a divider, a separator, it is not a happy identity. It is not something people want to admit they relate to. It doesn't have a rich, healthy history. Speaking as a white American who has conducted national level research on white Americans, we tend to say things like we have German, Irish, Italian, etc. ancestry, even if we have never been to those places. This is because all white Americans have ties to immigration, and because these identities are actual cultures, they do not have roots only in oppression. Now, we know who started colonization, right? So this is the book I'm trying to finish by Monday and send to the editor. There's a free chapter in my bio if you're interested on one of the unwritten rules of work. The book is predominantly about class, but I talk about 3 other identities that you can't talk about class without talking about these other identities, and race is absolutely one of them.
White women admitting that they are jealous of black women. The question is, what are you jealous of? Are you jealous of the hairs, black hairs, black eyes, black skin, the black intelligence, or what exactly are you jealous of? What you guys heard from the horse's mouth, you guys heard from them. Actually, you heard what they said. You heard them admitting that they are truly jealous of the blacks. They are jealous of how they speak, they are jealous of how they cook their food, they are jealous of how they act and how they do their things, that indeed that they are jealous. They have a lot of things to list out. This is not coming from one person, it's not coming from 2 persons. Numerous of them are on TikTok saying their mind on how jealous they are for the black skin, black people, black women. And that got me thinking, are you sure it's not that area that all this jealousy, hatred, racism is coming from? Are you sure that it's not the angle all those things are springing out from? Keep watching, guys.
I know y'all be getting tired of me talking about stuff like this, and y'all be thinking like I'm OD and I'm just dragging it, but I promise y'all I'm not. The example, the story time I'm finna give y'all is literally the reason why I be saying stuff I be saying. If the shoe fits, then wear Cinderella. If not, keep scrolling. Don't be coming to my comments talking about some, well, not all, babes. Yeah, majority, but not all. Y'all be thinking I'm lying when I say that a lot of white women, literally, they do not like seeing a black woman do better than them. They do not like seeing a black woman who is prettier than them. They don't like seeing a black woman that overpasses them. As long as you're not doing better than them, then they're good. I'm friends, she's black, with a girl who runs track, and I was spending some time with her, like, you know, talking with her. I talked to her in a minute. I'm sitting on the couch or whatever, I'm on the phone, and I'm talking to her, and she's telling me about this teammate who's also her roommate. She's white. She started telling me about the passive and microaggressive behavior that her teammate would show her during practice and in her dorm room. And I'm like, okay, what do you mean? Explain. She told me about a situation where, like, every day at practice she beats her. Her times are always faster than hers. Like, you know, she overpasses her in everything she does. She said she would look at her white teammate whenever they would get done running and ask her if she's good, if she's okay, because she be huffing and puffing and breathing hard like she ain't took a breath in hours. And she said the white girl would just like side eye her, give her a dirty look, or just won't say nothing. Then she said there was this one time when they were in practice and they were doing time trials and they were running and whatnot, and she ended up beating her. My friend, the black girl, she's not the fastest on her team. There's maybe like a few people that's faster than her by a little bit, but she's like top 3, top 5. The people that's faster than her, maybe by like a little bit, are not black, but still. There was one day in practice they were doing the time trials, and after everybody got done running, her roommate, the white girl, starts crying, and people start surrounding her, asking her what's wrong, and her teammate looks at her, not the other girls that's faster than her. She looks at my friend, the black girl, and goes, she can't be better than me. She can't be better. She can't be faster than me. Like, white women do not like seeing black women surpass them. Like, I kid y'all, I'm not making this up. I looked at my fan, because we over the phone. I'm looking at my friend, I'm like, she said that out loud, or did she say that to you, or did you just hear it around the grapevine? She said no, she said that out loud. That's what she told the people that was checking on her, that was asking about her. She was like, she said it out loud. She said she cannot be better than me. She cannot be faster than me. Mind you, my friend, the black girl, is not the fastest on the team. She's top 5, but she is not the top fastest. Top fastest are not even black. But it's like she picked my friend down and was like, oh, she can't be better than me. She can't be faster than me. Do y'all see what I'm like? Do y'all see what I'm talking about though? Like, do y'all see what I mean? It's like, I was having a conversation with my best friend like a week ago, and we got a kind of like a mini argument about this, because he was trying to say, well, Shay, not all white people are bad, not all white girls are bad. And I said, I'm not saying every white person is bad. You got to read the fruits of their spirits first. I was explaining to him, bro, a lot of these white people will smile and kiki in your face, because I think I've seen videos and I've met her teammate before. She's really sweet, super nice. But I was like, a lot of these white women will smile and kiki and haha in your face. A lot of these white people will smile and kiki and haha in your face. But when you're not around, you're having conversations with their families about how they feel about black people, how they feel about people of color. Low key, they be hiding, envy in their heart. They be in these one-sided competitions with you. My friend was literally telling me that there's times where she would do things and say things and try to pick fights with her, and you could tell that she's doing it just to get a reaction out of her. That's why I'm not saying all white people are bad. I'm not saying all white women are bad. I am not. I can read the fruits of the spirit of someone, and I can tell if they're like, a genuine person or not. A lot of y'all, when you're dealing with white people, especially as a black woman, when you're dealing with white women, this is a tick for tack game. And I promise you I win every time. This is a tick for tack game with them. You gotta have strategy when dealing with them. I told my friend, I said, you need to make sure you're praying over yourself. I said, you need to make sure you keep yourself prayed over, watch your back and whatnot, because to be around someone like that is dangerous. So it's very obvious that she's envious of you. It's very obvious that she's in this one-sided beef with you. And I said, anything that she can do to trip you up, get you in trouble, do anything to screw you up, she's going to do it. And then play victim and act like she ain't do nothing. I said, you need to be careful. This is what I be talking about. Like, I know y'all be thinking, oh, Shay's dramatic, Shay's just so super pro-black. No, like, these are real life situations that people are going through. It's a dangerous position to be in. Like, I don't.
Wow, this is really getting interesting and surprising at this point. Who would ever admit or say that white woman can come out publicly to admit that she is indeed jealous of the blacks? The same mouth you use in castigating the black women, the same mouth you use in talking down on black women, is still the same mouth you use in praising, in admitting that you are indeed envy and jealous of what the black woman holds. What she holds, esteem to herself, you are jealous of that. Can you see how things work? But why won't you be jealous? There are a whole lot of things to love about the blacks. There are a whole lot of things to love about this culture, black culture. There are a whole lot of things to learn from black culture. Let's keep sentiments aside. There are a whole lot of things to pick from what the blacks are doing. That's why when you see a kid raised by a black and raised by a white, you cannot compare the two. It can't be compared at all.
When white women are jealous, let's talk about it. Ours is a society that historically and does currently idealize white femininity, white women over any other type of woman. So many of our legal systems and our social systems subsist on this idea that white femininity is precious. Endemic to this too is the idea that white beauty, white femininity is the only sort of standard worth praising in our current society. And so people freak out when you move away from that. And when a society internalizes those really harmful, untrue messages, so too do the white women we pedestalize, right? They cling to that power, that message. And so obviously, therefore, when black women receive praise or adulation, or people compliment them on their beauty, their successes, it can rock the worlds of some white women. Suddenly it feels to them like their place in the world is no longer guaranteed. There is some sort of movement in this order of supremacy. So they obviously work to reassert and reposition themselves in that racial hierarchy. So when a black woman talks about her job promotion or being complimented, or the fact that she's found this really great partner, a really big personal life event maybe, a white woman who feels kind of confronted confronted by that will kind of try to one-up them. They will tell a story about their own achievements, redirect the attention to themselves. These white women, again, not all white women, will like launch this competition in their heads all by themselves and will do anything to best the black woman they now perceive as a competitor. Enter Amanda Batula. In the weeks since Scamanda broke, she's really developed this like very discernible pattern, which is anytime Sierra announces something exciting or does something exciting, she'll have to like try to one-up Sierra and get the attention away from her. Sierra is at the Euphoria premiere where she's like inundated with praise by celebs and fans alike, and then what happens like a day or two later? Well, like Amanda posts on her Instagram story for the first time about her mental health and then steps out with Wes. Sierra's gorgeous feature in Glamour magazine is published, and then suddenly Wes and Amanda have to go to a Yankees game very publicly and have to very publicly kiss each other so as to take away attention from Sierra. Or how about on April 22nd when it's announced that Sierra will be on the next season of Dancing with the Stars, and then the very next day during the Summer House reunion, Wes and Amanda make sure to be pap leaving together. They're a united front, but also they're trying to take the tension away from Sierra. And most recently, like yesterday, Sierra attends the Cannes Film Festival and is like very publicly photographed. She looks incredible and beautiful, and then Wes and Amanda are like finally seen together for the first time in a while, and it's definitely a pap walk. There is a pattern here, which is to say that Amanda is very actively and very consciously trying to best Sierra. Sure, maybe that's born of like a deep-seated insecurity, but also it's born of an either unconscious or conscious desire to like reassert the racial hierarchy that Amanda sees in her mind. It is always that deep.
So, a home where blacks are living and a home where whites are living, there are significant difference. There is a very huge difference because the blacks, they are always cultured. You don't do anyhow. You must learn how to be domesticated in a black home, and I don't think that is easy to come by. You hardly see such thing in white homes. I didn't say that all black kids, all black homes are all good homes. There are good homes, but percentage of that of the blacks are very high. So there are a whole lot of things to learn from the blacks. If we can keep sentiments and jealousy aside, we can come down and be one. Black Americans and white Americans can come down and be one. There is nothing to be ashamed of. There is nothing to say no to. This has come to stay, and it has come to stay. Special credit to all the original owners of the videos used in the creation of those videos solely for educational purposes and for analysis purposes. Thank you if you have watched up to this point. A lot of people have been watching and have not subscribed. Please do well to subscribe. Do well to like this video, do well to share to your friends and loved ones. And have a lovely day, guys. See you all in our next video. Till then, bye.